Hey, we live, we live, we live, we live. Hey, we live, we live. Hey, I'm out here. We out here. This is my guy right here. We're out here in College Point,
College Point.
College Point, Queens, right by the bridge. You can, as you probably can see. Um, well, this is my guy right here. Matter of fact, tell me your name, so because I keep saying my guy. What's your name?
Right here, Mike.Bravo, aka Mr. Buckets, aka Light Skin, aka Platinum Metro Card, everything.
Yo, this is so like I always say. I always know people from basketball, but we all, even though we know each other from one thing, we don't know everything or a lot more about the person. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
coming out here, just wanted to come and talk, just so I could get to know him a little bit better because I've seen him play ball. We play ball together. We recently
School.
played school. We even won, didn't we? We won. No, we won our sophomore year, but our freshman year we lost in the chip.
Yeah,
right?
we lost in the chip.
Yeah, but
Sophomore
we
year
did
was
good.
wild.
We was alright. We was alright out there.
Yeah, killing.
So tell. I don't know what that is. Yeah, my bad. Somebody tried to call again, but we live. We always live, but we got to keep going. So what are you doing right now for like in life right now? Like, what do you do? It's like your career and some things you do.
Well, career-wise, I'm working in a medical warehouse,
Yeah.
pharmaceutical company. It's called Kenrick Pharmaceuticals. It's a part of Cardinal Health. I've been there for 5 years now.
How you like it?
It's a job, pays the bills. I can't complain.
I'm sorry. More interruptions. We'll get to them after this. They gotta wait. Good.
Yeah, so back to it. So yeah, I've been there for 5 years. Basically, in the job, I do everything, which is unload trucks, transport merchandise throughout the warehouse, load and unload, check items in. You name it, I do it.
Yeah. So with doing all of that, how is it for you? Like each day, like going in and like doing doing that kind of job. Is it tough?
It's tough on the fact that it's you do the same thing every day almost. I wake up, do what I got to do, go to work, know exactly what to do. So it gets kind of boring sometimes. But me, I'm a grunt. All my life I've been working since 18 till now, which I'm 30. I only had maybe a 2-month off process of work. I've been working and lifting boxes, all that kind of stuff. So as of now, it's daily routine.
Okay.
It's infused in my blood to do the same thing. Do I want to do more though? Yeah, I want to do more.
Like what? What would you want to do?
As we met basketball and everything like that. I still, I'm 30, so it's hard, but I still want to do something about basketball career-wise.
What
Either
about coaching?
coaching, playing, mentoring, whatever I can still.
Yeah, we back. My bad. I had to take that. I messed up today. I'm running late. I took her keys by accident. I'm all over. But we back. We back to it. It's live. It's about being real about it. And I
Yeah.
apologize about being late.
Yeah, it's all good.
So you can talk about what we was talking about just previously.
Oh yeah, it's still in the realm of basketball. Basketball is my passion. It's something that I know how to do, and if I could just infuse my knowledge into someone else,
Yeah.
to keep it going,
Well, if you do want to coach, I do know somebody that might need an assistant coach if you're willing to like do that.
right now I'm still playing.
All right. I'm just
Still
whenever
my-
you're ready. We got stuff out there for people. Don't think that is just only people that I talk to on the show. We here to help one another. Do what we can do with each other. So so let's talk about playing basketball at a young age in middle school and your grades. How was that?
See, I started playing ball when in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
So a little bit about me. From when I was born till about the 6th grade, which is like 12, I was either in my house, school, or in the 6x20 alleyway. I did not get out that alleyway. Once I hit like the 7th grade and 13, I ventured out. That's when I started playing ball. So from there, it's just opened my eyes, and from that day on till now, I've always had a game. I've always had practice. So I always had to keep my books, smarts, everything like that. And because of that, I never drank and never smoked a day in my life.
Oh, that's what's up.
Never drank, never smoked, and I always knew it because I would hang out with the older guys. I looked older, so I hung out with the 18-year-olds, and they're always doing it like, yo, you want? I'm like, nah, you know, no, not even peer pressure, because they already knew like I had a game the next day, I had practice the next day,
Yeah.
you know, I had a test or school or something like that. So
No, that's good. They respect it, so they like.
yeah, they knew what I was about. So, you know, thankfully I was growing up around that, and I had that support system with me. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just balancing out that school though. It was tough at first, but you know.
What was so tough about it?
You know, school and then straight to practice or game, because you know, in high school you had school practice, and then after that we would have our AAU games.
Yeah.
And then to go back to school and back and forth, it was tiring. You know how many times we had to do homework right before class.
Oh yeah, I know, on the train, like, yo, you did all. Nah, I know, we had to make sure that, but we was all looking out for each other. That's a good thing though, too.
Exactly.
Because we all did graduate in. How was that experience for you from going from middle school? Like, how was your grades in middle school? Let's talk about that first.
Pre-basketball, it was so-so.
What's so-so? Like some numbers or letters?
Let's see. Back then, my age group, 65 was passing. So I was like a 72 to 75.
Okay.
Then once I started getting basketball, and my parents told me I had to get my grades up to play, that's when I started getting to like 85s, And the funny thing is, my best class and growing up throughout whatever it was math.
Yeah.
Math was easy for me. So.
It's like one or the other with people with math. It's like they either like it or they don't like it at all.
Nah, it was easy for me. So thankfully I was able to keep that up. But that was it.
All right. So what about high school? Like, how was that transition? Like, going from middle school to high school, like, was you scared? Was you nervous?
I was, like I said, I grew up, I always hung out with the older kids because I looked older.
Yeah.
So going into high school was just, like, the biggest experience was just coming into school in the outfit, in the suit, in the uniform.
Yeah.
So that was the only big difference. I was like, I really didn't have that much, and my parents was really putting all they had into the school and the money.
Yeah.
So I really wasn't into all the fly stuff. Regular old beat up white shirt, no fancy ties.
Yeah. Just because you had to.
I had to because I had to go to school.
It's cool I say that because you still push yourself. Some people be scared to like go out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they don't have everything like how they want it. But to be able to go out there and not really feel too comfortable with your clothes and still, be a man or a young man, that's good because a lot of kids it's hard for them. Let's talk about your tattoos. Real quick. Let's talk about the tattoos.
I don't know if you can see it. Like,
You got the one on the head. Let me see if I get close to them real quick. You got the one on the head. Okay, I see that one. You got the one on the neck. My boy tatted up over here on the other side of his head. You know what I mean?
Arms,
you got
everything.
the arms. Yeah, he tatted up. So what got you into doing tats like that? Cause like me, my story's crazy, but we're gonna talk about you. Go ahead.
Growing up, I've always was different,
Yeah.
and I always liked to be different because playing basketball, I was basically the only white kid.
Yeah.
I say light skin, but white kid on the court. So I was on the team, even the whole tournament, I would be
Yeah.
like the only light skinned kid. So I stood out, and I was like, let me embrace that. So when I was able to get tattoos, I was like, I want to be different.
Yeah.
Like everyone has head tattoos, and
Not
like,
everyone.
it's common, but not like
No,
you don't
that's
see it
okay.
every day around
Yeah.
here. So I was like, let
It
me
is
stand
common
out.
in other cultures.
So I was like, let me do something different. So I got the tattoo, and I was like, let me add more to it.
Yeah.
So I embrace being different. I embrace looking different. And to me, it's funny when I go up to people and just off the bat they look and they back off, brace, like, oh, sends an like some guy. But then when I talk, it's just like, oh, okay. Like I try to break down stereotypes.
Yeah, that's what we do with the show. That's a good thing that you talk about that, because that's why I asked about the tats, because I got tats too. I don't really try to even hide them no more either. I'm here, like I feel like I got a good enough resume in the sense of my resume. You know what I mean? Like stuff I've done and experience that I can really, blossom in anything that I really put myself into. But so I'm going to school. I know you had your grades up because you had to play basketball, so
Yep.
it must have been good throughout the whole high school
Yeah.
experience. So what was the hardest thing in high school?
Hardest thing in high school?
Yeah.
I actually kind of enjoyed high school.
Okay, so it wasn't that.
It wasn't really the hardest part. I think the hardest part was when I had to transition from changing schools.
Yeah.
Because I was at, we was together at St. John's Prep for 2 years, and then my parents, was struggling, so I was like, let me go to a public school.
You went to public school?
So I went to Bayside. I was in Bayside High School for 02 to 04. My junior and senior year. We played against each other.
I know. I forgot about that. That's what I'm saying.
We played against each other.
Like you did, right? Like I'm thinking, like I know you had to though, because I remember that.
Yeah, because we both left at the same time.
Yeah, nah, it is serious with that. That's kind of was like, that was partly my decision too, and then it also was like, one was like my mother was paying all this money, then two was like, we could save money and I could go to public school and do what I want, because at St. John's Prep it was cool, but it was like, it was a system.
It was a system.
It was a crazy system. Like, and it wasn't. I wasn't understanding the system though. And he said, "Come back to Brooklyn, boy. Let's talk." Harry, we got you. I'm coming out there. Yeah. So, just dealing with that, I liked it though. I did like the difference, because you really got to see what life was like from one school to the next. What was the difference for you?
At the whole system, really. Like, Bayside's a good school, don't get me wrong, I loved it.
Yeah.
But it's a whole different breakdown. Like, everything was so systematic in St. John's Prep, and then when you go to Bayside, it's more free-flowing. So I basically had the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But, like, it was just hard, though, because it was like, you're so used to something for 2 years, and then you go to something different. It's just like,
no, it was hard. Atmosphere. I understand what you're saying, because, like, even, like they didn't even know me when I switched at first. A teacher almost filmed me because I was doing my work, but she didn't know who I was. I was like, that's not my fault, because it's like 30 kids or 40 kids in there. You know what I'm saying? I had to show her the work, and she was like, oh, I'll change it. And I was like 10 points. She was about to give me like a 75 or something. I was like, nah. I was like, I do my work, but I had to show her everything. And she was like, oh, and I had to, then what I started doing was, every time I came to class, I was like, hey, how you doing? Or bye, see you later. Like, making sure she knew I was. I'm like,
stand out a little bit.
Yeah, like, you can't fail me. Like, because that's the difference. It's like, work-wise in Catholic school seem like they're always on you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And in public school, they're on you, but not as much. And it's like, you can get by with some things. And it's like, for me, I was like, nah, I was so used to, like, people being on me. I was like, I had to do my work. I had to.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, but, what was your plans like while you was in high school? Like, what did you want to do with basketball? Did you want to go get a scholarship?
Yeah, I wanted to just continue my game.
Yeah.
To continue growing it, going places. Stuff happens in my senior year. Yeah. Coaching changing from junior to senior year. Coaching changing. It was rough, but my plan was to play ball, get education, of course. And just make sure I was able to provide and take care of my mom, my family, everyone was close, and just still do what I love while
helping.
Yeah, helping.
Nah, I get what you're saying, man. That's definitely what you always want to do, and even try to reach and touch and to doing too, because you never know with the coaching thing. You probably get a job where you can really make some decent money somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's talk about more so. Now, I know you said, like, you feel like, oh, wait, no, we didn't even go to college. What about college years? What about the college years?
College years was crazy, man. I went to Queensboro, and that, from going to St. John's Prep, and then going to public school, and then going to Queensboro, complete 360 plus another 360. It was a completely different, open world, free, out there, just... open your eyes.
Yeah, so you was just like, you could do whatever.
You could do whatever. Teachers didn't care. You came to class. It was like, just make sure you bring the work at the end of the time. So yeah. I could, literally, there was one teacher where I could not even have been in the class the whole entire year, but I would come to the final, pass the final, and I'll pass the whole year. That's what some of the kids did. It was...
That's crazy. But I'm saying, as long as you did the work, I think it's still good, because I mean that you learned the work. So it's not like, and that's the thing, a lot of people always say you gotta have a system of it has to be this way, it has to be. No, if a kid is learning and it's not the regular way, it's okay, because they're learning. Everybody can't learn the same way. It's like you're trying to program us to be like soldiers or something. You know how like
robots.
Robots, yes.
One way and that's it.
You can't be programmed. If you learn a different way, learn. Take that. Let's talk about something that you dealt with that was really hard for you to deal with. This will be like the last question. And first let's talk about your social media, whatever ones you have, like your Instagram. You can say your
all right. Instagram is big_shot underscore. Wait, Big Shot Bra for 3. Everything underscored after every word.
Okay.
It's hard. Just type it in later.
Nah, I'm gonna put it in there. We're gonna definitely have it up there. But just anything else? Twitter or Snapchat?
I got Snapchat, Tats for Days 15.
Okay. What else you got?
That's really it. And then just Facebook.
Oh yeah, and check out this video because this is gonna be up on YouTube by Sunday. You guys gotta check this out. This is Rain Check. My Facebook page is Rain Rickards. That's me. I definitely had a good time talking to you. Did you want to speak about anything else? Like something?
Whatever you want. I'm open books. I could talk for days, but I know you got places to go and stuff like that. So
no. We're gonna talk. I just wanted to see if you got something like that you had on your heart you wanted to say. So the next thing I want to say, because I said I got one more question. This is the question, right? So I always ask something that you went through that was really difficult, that you probably deal with or you don't deal with no more because you got past it. Maybe you did or maybe you didn't. You know what I mean? Like that's something that you think that can inspire somebody down the road, or or that's watching this.
There's one thing. I don't know if it could inspire anybody, but I know it was something personal to me.
Yeah.
I was dating somebody, and we went to Florida for a little vacation, spent time with my family. While I was out there, my aunt was sick, and I was able to see her that the first day I landed. I seen her, and it was good to see her. I haven't seen her in a while, and that night she passed away.
Yeah.
So it kind of hit me, and
you know what's crazy about that? I have a story just like that, like dead serious. Like I was like, how you know how we be busy playing basketball all the time, right? And that's when I think it was my first year in college or my second year. One of them I want to say it was my first year, and my mother kept saying, go see your aunt because she's in hospital. I'm like, yo, she's always in hospital. I'm going to see her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's always, and I was like, you know what? One day I was coming from a game, and I asked, can I get dropped off somewhere? Like, because we was coming back from, I think we played like St. John's or something like that.
Okay.
And I just stopped over there. So I went to the hospital. I saw her, and then I had left. And she wasn't, like, responding, but I was just talking to her. You can see her eyes moving and stuff. And then, so I left. Went back to college campus. My mother called me like, did you go see her? I'm like, no, why? She's like, oh, because she passed. I mean, I said, yeah, why? She's like, oh, because she passed away. And I was like, yo, that was just like a train ride.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's like kind of similar. Like, and that was like one of my favorite aunts though. She was funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say.
She was my favorite aunt too. And, you know, dealing with the whole process of, you know, wake and the funeral and...
that's tough, man. Just to see that you're not going to have that physical presence no more.
You know, and I was thankful that at that time that, you know, my girlfriend was there with me, and she really helped me out. But there was this one moment when we was in the church, and my little cousin wrote like something about her, and my other aunt spoke about it, and the words just...
It hit you?
It hit me. I was, you know, I'm 6'5", 240, and I was weeping like a baby. I was just bawling out, and
but
you know, that's something that just always gonna like stay with me, because you know, you just never know when it's just gonna be, you know, it.
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta also remember that if you ever cry, like the harder you cry, and it sounds crazy, the harder you cry for somebody, that means they really, really like affected your life in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, I'm gonna miss when this and I'm gonna miss when that. So it's like those cries has to be like, yo, they affect me so well or so much that I'm still going in the right path and doing what I need to be doing. You know what I mean? To make them proud or keep them to be proud. Because that, you know, losing people is definitely not easy, man. That's definitely not easy, because, you know, I know everybody lose people, and some people don't get to lose closer people to them as other people do at first. And you know, some people try to be sympathetic, but you can't really feel what a person feels when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Like, I could never tell a person to get over anything like that, or anything that hurts them. So, you know, the only thing I can tell them, and I'll tell you, is just to talk about it. It makes it easier, you know, when you do talk about it. Because I remember when I used to like to talk about a couple of my friends. I used to just hate when people would say their names. I would just be so mad and angry inside. You know what I mean? But like, being able to start talking and saying names and listening to people talk, it kind of helps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Reminisce with the family. That's the best.
Exactly.
You know. So, but we gotta end this on a good note, right?
All right.
That was a good note though too. But we gotta end this on a exciting or happy note. You know what I mean? We all okay. I see y'all. Better get him. Whoa, he almost went down too. You saw him, right?
Yeah.
He almost went down. Oh, okay. When the next time you gonna be playing ball again?
When I don't play ball,
when you don't,
that's
right?
the question.
I know, because I was about to, you know.
Well, I'm actually playing in the ABA right now.
Okay.
So we got practice for that and everything like that.
How is that going?
It's a difference, you know, playing AAU to just going to a game to actually practicing conditioning, traveling.
Yeah.
You know, that's exciting to be able to go out there and just to, you know, go to a different state just to play ball. You know,
that's cool.
so
I know that got to be cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually moving to Atlanta, so I'm gonna go to that state and play ball, but I'm not gonna be doing what he's doing by getting paid for it. I'm actually probably gonna pay the gym to play. Yeah, that's gonna be an exciting trip. It's coming up, and I just want to tell these people about. We're going down to Atlanta, but as we go down, we're gonna stop at a couple states and we're gonna interview some people. So that's gonna be like Friday and Saturday. You're gonna see that on. We're gonna be live. We on, and you just gotta see where we at and who we talking to. You know what I mean? It's some good conversations. I definitely had a good conversation. I appreciate you
always
sharing. You know what I mean? This is a cool guy. That's why I really want to talk to him. He's like, I'm just me. I'm like, yeah, but that's good. You're just you. You're not like everybody else trying to be somebody else. We are going to do another one. You know, like I always say, this is the first one, but not the last, because now since you know who he is, next time we can have a conversation about something specific that might be on your heart, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like me, something that's always on my heart is baby mothers. They just get on my nerves sometimes. No, I'm joking. I be kidding. I hate y'all very much. I'm sorry. No, I hate you. I don't hate you. I do though. Yeah, but we out. Like I said, it's the Rain Check Show. This is my guy right here, Bravo. Give him all the rest of the names, because you got like 20 of them real quick.
Bravo, a.k.a. Platinum Metro Card. I travel anywhere for ball.
Woo!
Light skin.
Light skin. And we out.